Did you catch what the master said about himself when Ashad broke him out of the unit prison?
I am so glad I cloned here.
What was that? Say it again.
I am so glad I cloned here. Every detail paid off. Such a good plan. I am so glad I cloned here.
The master is cloning himself? Which one is the real master and which one is the clone, or which ones are the clones? Before you all go nuclear in the comments insisting that the master says, "I'm so glad I cloned you," referring to Ashad, take a deep breath. This is a trigger moment to explore a concept, not the thesis supporting the assertion. Follow along to see where this concept goes. 2 automatic captioning systems have translated the word here instead of you, and here is what I understand as the word being spoken. I'll be curious to see how YouTube auto-captions Sacha Dhawan's words. Will we have 3 for 3 systems recognizing the word here? Some of you might say you read the script somewhere online and the script says, "I'm so glad I cloned you." But what is intended by the script and what ends up on screen are not 100% a match in all cases. I would argue that all that really matters is what is on screen and what words are actually being said. So throw out the copy of the script you have and forget what the captions say. Close your eyes and listen closely and decide for yourself whether you think it is you or here. Either way, continue on for the rest of the essay. We see 3 distinct masters in this episode. First, the Rasputin master, and I think this might be Prime Master. But then we later see the master as self-proclaimed seismologist master. And I think this is the most fun master because he's got that coif of hair and he's the one that gets to dance around and move around in his uniquely Sacha Dhawan master way. And then we have the master after he regenerates into the doctor's body. And this is the master with the buzz cut. Which of these is the real master? The master's abandoning his own body, theoretically, the one that's in the form of Rasputin? And did the seismologist master actually teleport back to 1916 to become the Rasputin master? I don't think that's the case. I mean, the master is a master of disguise, but it didn't look like the seismologist was wearing a disguise. So I think the one that says that they're a clone or talks about clones, I think this is a different master, and we never see that master again on screen. And there are times when you're looking at his eyes on screen, his eyes are glowing a bluer than the other 2 versions of the master. This is where I think maybe there's some infection in him, or the Siberium is starting to degrade his body, and that's why he really wants to take over someone else's body, like he did when the master took over Tremas's body and became the Anthony Ainley master back in the late 1970s, early 80s. So the master has been known to inhabit other bodies. And the master did it again in the TV movie with Paul McGann, where the master's essence took over the Eric Roberts character body. So the master is no stranger to body snatching. Which of these is the real master, and why did the master feel like he needed to give up his body and transfer his consciousness into the body of the doctor? What happened before all of this? Is it possible the master didn't escape from Gallifrey 100% unscathed? And maybe the bomb in Ashad that was going off is slowly but inevitably destroying his body? Which of these masters actually contains the Siberium? Is it the Rasputin master? Is he Prime Master and contains the Siberium? Or is it the seismologist master because he's the one that's actually talking about the Siberium and taunting the doctor about what's inside of him? Is the Siberium actually poisoning the master and that's why he needs to take over someone else's body? If the Rasputin master body had the Siberium in it, and that body died when the consciousness got transferred to the doctor's body, why did the Siberium not exit that body? Because perhaps the Siberium isn't in that body. Maybe it's in the seismologist body. Or is there some other long-standing backstory issue that's been bubbling inside the master's body all this time and coming to the fore? Ace did mention in this episode, that last 1989 episode with Sylvester McCoy and Ace and the master, that the master was turning into a cheetah person. And maybe that's been there all this time and never went away. And maybe that's manifesting itself in a degradation of his reality and his body. If the master has clones of himself, is he doing that out of a desperate self-preservation? And again, if the master has some long-standing issue or newly formed issue with his body, what happens when the master's consciousness gets transferred into the body of the doctor? Is he able to transfer some of that contagion or infection or other instability into the doctor's body and consciousness? And of course, the master makes a point of saying,
Don't let me go back to being me.
don't make me go back to being me. He's desperate to escape something.